Well, I started in amateur radio, of course, at an early age, just as Rusty and so many of us did at the time. My first job at ARRL headquarters was actually a summer job, kept checking contest logs, paper contest logs.
Oh, right, yes.
In 1968, it was my first summer home from college, and in '72, a full-time position opened up at headquarters, and I was persuaded to take that.
And what was that doing there?
Well, the title was assistant secretary. And it was basically doing correspondence. Everything, if a member had a question about regulations, for example, they would write a letter and mail
there was
it.
No email then, I guess, or at least not.
There was
not
no
much.
mail, and telephones were expensive.
Yeah.
So rather than telephone, they would write a letter, and we would get these letters, and I would type out a draft reply, and then a long-suffering secretary would
Type it
out and put a stamp on it, and off it would go. That was.
So that's how you started with them.
Yes,
but you worked your way through.
I'll try to keep it.
That's okay. We've got
short.
plenty of time. We've got 22 hours, so it's fine.
I had the great fortune of becoming involved in the preparations for the World Administrative Radio Conference that occurred in 1979, which was, as it turned out, an outstanding success for amateur radio. That's where we got the new bands at 10, 18, and 24 megahertz. We got improvements on top band on 160 meters and 80 meters, and laid the groundwork for what eventually became the improvement on 40 meters. And
that was, it doubled the band, didn't it? The 40 meters, from 7.1 to 7.2.
Yes, exactly.
That was a huge change.
It was the first time in history that the HF Broadcasting Service had ever lost an allocation.
Right.
So we're probably inordinately proud of that. I
remember it happening because I remember having a radio at the time that didn't go past 7.1. It wouldn't transmit past 7.1. So, what a wonderful experience, a wonderful thing that was.
Yeah. So in 2003 we were able to make that. So that became a large part of my career with ARRL. I became general manager in 1982, and for the next 34 years I was the manager of the headquarters. 34
years, general manager, yeah.
I retired in 2016. I've been retired now for 10 years.
But you're still clearly involved. Do you get involved with the ARRL as well as things like the WRTC?
Not with ARRL anymore, except as a volunteer QSL sorter.
So still got you.
But I am active with the International Amateur Radio Union.
Right.
I served as secretary of IARU for about half of my career, and have always been involved ever since 1972 in the international side, which is really my great love.
And it is so important. Not every radio amateur is a member of an organisation like the RSGB or ARRL, but they are so important because they're the ones that fight on our behalf for those bands to keep the bands as well. You know, so many threats still. Let's face it, we've never been in a more wireless world than we are now in terms of connectivity with all our devices that we have. So we really, do you feel we really have to fight to keep those bands, to keep our hobby as it is?
Well, we have to fight in two ways. One is for the access to the spectrum, but the other is for the useful access to the spectrum. One of the problems that all of the national societies are working with right now is the noise from man-made devices. We've encountered that here at the conference center with the local station, and that if we're able to transmit, that's fine. But if we can't hear anything, that's
doesn't help.
It's hard, yeah. I must admit, I was sort of breathing as an amateur sigh of relief when when I heard that internet was going to go from cable, ADSL and VDSL, to fibre, and I thought, well, that'll be the end of the QRM. But of course, now we have battery charging, we have solar panels on many buildings, and the inverters from those, and so the challenges are still there, and they're probably going to continue, aren't they? In it.
Oh, there's no end to it, and so that's why we need strong national societies. That's why we need every radio amateur to support their national society.